Hi, today I'm going to show you how to mix a medication for my day 7 of stimulations for egg freezing. So I have Menopur, Follistim, and Microdose Lupron. So first I'm going to start with the Menopur. So as you will see in all the box of needles and pads that you receive, each needle will have the name of the medication that is supposed to be used. So for this particular one, we are going to be using this type of syringe, which you will see in the label, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So first, you're going to take out from the box the medication and 1 Q cap. My dose for tonight is 300 units, which will be 4 of these little containers of the medication, because each container of the medication is 75 units. So 75 times 4 is 300. So I will have to compound 4 of these ones. And what we will do is we are gonna use 4 of these medications, which is, as you can see here, it comes in 2 rows. The ones with the pink cap, that's saline water. So that doesn't do it. That's not the medication. It's just used for mixing. So because I'm gonna do 1 of 300, I have to use 1 saline water and 4 of the medications, the orange caps. So I will have it ready right here. And now I'm gonna use one of the Q caps that also comes in the box. So, and the rest of it, the other medication, the other saline water, I just save it for next time. So what we're gonna do now is, with the syringe that is meant to be used for the Menopur, I'm gonna open it, okay? And as you will see in the instructions in the label, this big needle is not meant for injection, so you just discard it in the needle's red box, red container that you should have also been provided with. So now what I will do is I will take out the caps for each of these things. So the saline water, the pink cap, and for my case, the 4 Menopurs, because again, I need to use 300 units, which is 4 times the 75 units that each of these containers have. So now I'm gonna open one of these alcohol pads that you should have been provided with, and you clean the surface of all of these little containers to have them ready for the compounding. So I open one of these Q caps, okay, and it has a spiky thing here. Just like this, you are gonna insert it into the saline water until it's attached to the saline water. Now you can discard this, and with the needle, I was instructed to use 1 ml of saline water. So I put inside air for 1 ml. And now I attach this to the saline water, and I basically inject the air. And I just flip it, and I will be injecting in my syringe 1 ml of water. Okay, so there is some bubbles here, some air. So I always like to do a little bit more than the 1 ml that I was instructed to compensate for the space of the bubbles. Now I discard this, and I no longer need the saline water. Now we are gonna compound the Menopur. So the first Menopur, we insert the Q cap and we start compounding, basically injecting the saline water into the first Menopur. So that's 75 units. We mix it a bit and back to the syringe. Make sure all the liquid comes out. And now we can go to the next one. So now we injected in the second Menopur, and now we will have 150 units, because again, each of these ones, at least the ones that I got prescribed, it's 75 units. And I need to get all the way to 300. So here we have the second 75 units container. Now we discard this. Now we inject the third one. Again, we insert the Q cap. Slowly, we insert all the water with the medication. We mix it a bit, and we flip it. Right. And finally, we got to the last one. So the fourth Menopur, so that we have a total of 300 units. So again, we mix it for the last time. And make sure all the liquid comes back to the syringe. And now you have compounded successfully 300 units, which is again the dose that I have to use tonight. And if you need to use less of a dose or more, you just basically have to do the math according to the Menopur units that you are prescribed. So now that you have this, what you're gonna have to do is unattach the Q cap. Be careful with not putting your fingers into this needle here, and toss this into the red container. And now you have also been provided with the syringe for injecting the Menopur, which is this little one. Again, it's not the big one that it comes with, it's this little one. So what you're gonna do is you are gonna insert this this needle into the syringe. And now your Menopur is ready to be injected. But first you take out the extra air, these bubbles, and you make sure that before injection you see a droplet at the top of the needle, like this. And now this is ready to be injected. Okay, so now that we have the Menopur ready, I'm gonna show you how to inject it. So basically, I'm gonna inject it around the belly button, usually around 1 inch from the belly button. What you have to do is you have to basically hold your belly like this, and you disinfect the area with one of the alcohol pads. Let it dry for a bit, and then you inject. And now slowly you will start pushing in the injection, because these medications sometimes sting, so you don't want to do it too fast. And that's basically it. And if it hurts too much, sometimes what I like to do is to just let it go, and then it becomes easier. Now that you're done, you want to clean again the area. And what I recommend to do is, after you're done with all of this, is to use a hot water bag that supposedly helps with circulation and with the medication reaching your organs. So now you place back the cap and you discard the needle. Okay, so now I'm gonna proceed to inject the Follistim. So for this, you should have a Follistim pen that looks like this. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the medication out of the box and insert it in the pen. I already have the medication, so I'm gonna show you how to do it. So this is the medication. This is what you're gonna get out of the box. Now you're gonna insert the medication like this, okay? So again, with the cap here, and then you're gonna attach the pen, and you're gonna close the pen until this yellow line matches this arrow, okay? Now with one alcohol pad, you're gonna rub again you're gonna rub the surface. So you always want to rub the surface of the medications. And inside this box, or in your Follistim pen, you should have one of these ones, which is the needle. So you're gonna attach the needle to the top of your Follistim pen with the medication on, okay? Here you have, you take out, and I'm already seeing a droplet. If you don't see a droplet, you can just dial 1 and push, but the idea is that you need to see the droplet before injecting so that it's ready and it doesn't have any air in. I was prescribed tonight to inject myself with 300 units, so which is what we are gonna see here. So I'm gonna dial 300 here. So right there, 300, and now this is ready to inject. So what I'm gonna do is, like in all of these medications, I'm gonna apply it around 1 inch from my belly button. I clean my skin with the alcohol pad. I hold on to the fat very tight, and then I inject. And this one is the least, is the easiest one, the one that hurts the less. But still, you wanna do it slowly because the medication is on the fridge, and when the medication is not at room temperature, it can sting. But again, from all of the medication that I have used in this process, this one is the easiest one to apply. So you go all the way down. Okay. Once you're done injecting, you clean the place where you inject yourself. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna cover the needle, okay, with the things that you had here, and you're gonna remove the needle and toss this into the red container. And now I still have medication left for another round, because each of these medication has 900 units and I was prescribed 300 units. So now you have your pen ready for tomorrow, because I still have 300 units here, but it really depends how much you were prescribed. Again, this has, for me, I was prescribed a 900 units Follistim, and because I was prescribed 300 units, then it means that I can use this pen for 3 times, 3 different days, and then if I run out of it, I will just insert another medication in it, and so I just store it for tomorrow, and tomorrow is ready to go, and I don't have to put a new medication. So I close it, and this will go immediately into the fridge. And finally, I'm gonna apply my last medication, which is the Microdose Fair Lupron, which is the easiest one, because you just have to clean the surface of the container, because this is already compounded. Well, at least the one that I was prescribed. And for this, I'm gonna use one of these syringes, which is the insulin syringe. So I take out both caps. I put it in 25 because this is what I was prescribed for tonight. And I'm just basically gonna inject the air and then toss it and bring it back all the way to 25. And as I said, I always like to do a little bit more because sometimes there is air, and until I see a droplet, it's not ready, but here I'm seeing a droplet, and I make sure to bring it back to 25 to make sure I inject the correct dose. And now this is ready to be injected. And this one, the microdose Lupron, is the one that stings the most. So I like to leave it for the end. And this one you want to do very, very slowly because this one hurts a lot. So once you're finished injecting everything, you have to toss all the injections into your red container. And once this is full, you can take the container to your clinic and they will discard it. At the beginning of this process, I was very overwhelmed with everything that I had to do on my own, but you will get the hang of it very soon in case you're feeling like I was feeling. So stay there and keep on going, and I hope this has been useful. And again, if you have any question, please let your physician know or your clinical team. Thank you.